Assemblymember Doug Smith.
Thank you very much, Chairwoman. And I want to first start by saying, I've spent a great deal of time in the last 2 weeks in various public hearings related to COVID-19. I want to thank the CEO of PSEG. You might be one of the first people that have actually been honest with your testimony by apologizing for the shortcomings. I think that was definitely warranted. First, I want to begin. I represent the town of Brookhaven and Islip. A big concern we had that I was hearing from our highway superintendents, day 2 after the storm, they were reporting that only 10 crews had been dispatched by PSEG to the town of Brookhaven, which, as you know, is one of the largest townships in the state of New York. And their crews were, waiting for live lines to be attended to before they could really assist in the efforts, the highway crews, that is. Do you think that maybe there should have been additional crews called in and is that something you can speak to?
Sure, Senator, I can address that. Typically, for our make safe to clear process, we use our underground employees. They're limited with the amount of work they can do with overhead problems, and that tends to be the bulk of the issues in a storm of this nature. We have 80 underground employees. We team them up in teams of 2, and we distribute them throughout the island based on the amount of work each town has. In this storm, we supplemented that group because of the amount of damages that occurred. We supplemented them with 180 additional people that we brought in from our mutual aid crews. So that was 180 additional line resources that weren't doing restoration that we dedicated to road debris clearing and working with the towns.
Okay. Now, would you be able to speak to, because I'm hearing, and I'm not sure if this is a rumor, but a number of folks on Long Island and in the immediate area from National Grid who have training in this sort of activity, I'm hearing that they were not necessarily called on to the greatest of their ability. Is that accurate? That there were resources on Long Island that could have been activated that just were not sought after?
We will include that in our after action review, but that is accurate. National Grid employees were not used in this storm.
Okay. And then finally, as we're talking about this with what I'm speaking with my highway superintendents, a lot of people now are asking, having seen the evolution with Lilco, LIPA, and now you as the operator with LIPA still underlying, why we shouldn't be looking to a municipal electric company model where the town of Brookhaven could be their own electric company and could maintain these things. And as the governor is now threatening to pull the agreement that you have, what could you tell us why we should stop him from doing that? Is there anything you can?
So my recommendation would be, over the last 6.5 years, PSEG Long Island, as well as LIPA, has made tremendous improvement for customers. Our customer satisfaction is improved significantly. The reliability on the day-to-day has improved significantly. We've responded to some very challenging storms over the last 6.5 years, and we've done an excellent job. The March nor'easter storms, PSEG Long Island was one of the few companies that did not have any violation.
I think I'm out of time, so I do want to thank you. But if I could just end on this note, 2 weeks before the storm, PSEG was advertising that you could send an emoji, a little picture of a light bulb to pay your electric bill. But what people really care about is that in a time of crisis like this, that response will come pretty quickly. So we're hoping that we can see an improvement on that. Thank you for your testimony and honesty.
Thank you, Assembly Member.